Hello, this is Lee with 82 Gaming 12 here on YouTube channel Sons of Liberty 75, and this will be video 40 of my playthrough of Eylau 1807 by Sound of Drums. Came out in 2023. This is a Uwe Walentin design. It's part of their Battles of Napoleon series. This is volume 1. My understanding is volume 2 will be Quatre Bras, and then volume 3 Lena, and then Waterloo, I guess, and then from there I don't recall. But so looks like the next volume will be Quatre Bras. Excuse me. Man, I've got it. I was sick for quite a while with COVID, and I'm still trying to get well from all of that. But the Sound of Drums website, go to soundoddrumsgames.com, and you can check out all of the things going on there. The site's up and running. And also check out Chessex. They created some dice that were specifically for this game, and I've showed those many times. So check out other things that they have. I don't know if you can actually purchase the dice. I don't think you can from Chessex itself. But of course they got lots of other dice. And don't forget that I'm giving away those 3 sets there. And all that information will be provided in the last video. Alright, so we are getting ready to start the 6 o'clock turn, and I went through and did all of the rallying. That's step or phase number 6 in the sequence of play. After all the activation cubes are drawn, then you go and perform rallying with divisions that have hold, regroup, and retire orders. And I did that. You can find out information about that in some of the other videos. Just look for one where I talk about preparing for war, a new turn. And then I flipped over the cavalry units that were tired. And then the next step is getting ready for the next turn, which is the weather phase. And I actually rolled a 5. And here a 5 is going to be snow. So that's why I have that paper there with the snow falling to remind me. Okay, now snow, we take a look here. Okay, snow line of sight is 4 hexes. You have -2 command points, and then -2 AMs. I think the AMs should be ACs. It's activation. Well, maybe it's not activation. Yeah, it's activation, but I'm trying to figure out what the M stands for. But it has to do with activation. Okay, the number of activation cubes. So if we look here, this is 6. Then the French get 5, the Russians get 4, and this has to do with activation cubes. Okay, so I moved Napoleon up here. He's got 6 command points normally. That's the white number in the yellow box. Because it's snow, we have to subtract 2, so he's got 4. So he made some changes here. Not going to go into detail, but changed a lot of the orders. And if we look across here, we can see that the 2nd Dragoons are still in attack order. the 4th Corps Cavalry attack order, 1st Division and 2nd Division or an attack order for 4th Corps. And then the only other attack will be the 2nd Division of 6th Corps, which is Ney's. Okay, of course I have the strategic move of Ney's 1st Division with Ney coming on. They could have all came, let's see, I believe they could have all, no, could they all come on? I think they could have all came in at the same time, but I held them back. So, and Benningsen, of course, moved up here in this area so that he could help change some orders, which he normally has 4 command points, but because of the snow, he only had 2. So he could only change 2 orders that were within 12 hexes. Okay, the leader of that division within 12 hexes. If it was 13 to 18 hexes, it would have cost 2 command points. So the rest of them had to roll. Okay, and so if we look, we've got 5th Division attack orders. Right wing cavalry, that's Korf, has attack orders. Bagovat now has attack orders, and then the Prussian Corps. Okay, the rest of them were changed. Okay, to hold, mostly hold. Okay, hold orders. All right, and that's because there's very limited army fatigue. The Russians have 17 fatigue points, and the French have 21. If they get through the last turn, it's whoever has the highest number of fatigue cubes. So, it's kind of like, well, do I try to change everyone? Like say the Russians, so they want all change over to hold or some other order, where they're not using fatigue. And it was like, well, I need to be attacking, somewhere, put some pressure and possibly, capture or eliminate some units to cause the French to lose army fatigue. Same thing with the French, so that's where we're at. All right, so I paid for the orders, okay. And then I counted up the initiative, and the French had the higher initiative number, so they get the first activation. So that's why I have this blue cube sitting here. Okay, and so we're going to jump right into it. And so we've got the 2nd Dragoon Division, which is Grouchy. Okay. And here he is with Marat. And then, of course, we have the 1st Division, which is Saint Hilaire of the 4th Corps. And we have the 2nd Division, which is here with Soult, which is Laval. And then Lardon up here has attack orders. Over here, they have hold. LaSalle did his work in pushing back Markov. So now we've got Gardon that wants to come in here in the back of Lestock and try to do something. So that's where we're going to have the activation first. The other thing that is important here is this right here. This windmill. Okay, it's worth 5. Okay, so I'm going to have to put this over here like that to get it out of the way. So this windmill, I guess they're, yeah, I guess they were in line. Is that right? Yeah. This windmill hill is worth 5. I don't know if you can see that, but I'll pull up. As you can see, it's worth 5. So, if the French can take that, then that's going to take 5 fatigue away from the Russians and give it to the French. So, that's one of the reasons I activated Second Division, 4th Corps here, is because they have been back here regrouping. So they've got quite a bit of strength that they could possibly dislodge that Russian battalion on that hill. So, alright, so the first thing though we're going to do is we're going to go over here and we're going to have the Gardon is going to move to attack. And I think first thing I want to do is I want to put a couple of units out to discourage possibly any of these units from moving toward Altov, because I'm not supposed to know what their orders are. That's something you keep secret. So I'm going to have a couple of these units move over. So like this unit here, just going to turn 1 upslope, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll tell you what, I think we want to stop here and then change over to line, possibly. No, I guess we're staying a column. And then this unit here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Alright, so the rest of these guys want to move in onto over here where we've got this other stuff going on. So we've got these squares here that we want to try to do something against. So alright, we're going to move this guy first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's as far as he's going to be able to go. And then this guy here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. He's going to change the line. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He could actually change the line. Both of those could have. Okay. Of course, we've got these units here. Be better off if they were on the road. But 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're on the road now. They can move faster on the road. These units are in that village, so they're in general order. So when they come out, that costs them one for the hex, one for changing order into column. So they've used 2. Oops. Come on, flip over. That's my left hand. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And of course this one 1, and then 2, 3 to change. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then here 1, 2, 3. These guys are here. 3, 4, 5, 6. This guy's going to turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then Gardon's going to come up here. And they're done. That's all they could do. All right. Remember these purple markers? They're just to let me know where the leaders are. That's one of my cubes. And in the description, I put in there where you could actually order these cubes. And I have no association with that eBay account, except the fact that I bought cubes from there. So I'm just providing an opportunity, a place. Hey, you were looking for these cubes used? There they are. Most of the ones I'm using came from Michael's. So, but I haven't ever seen them in Michael's again. They were on the clearance. So, all right, let's move our light back over here. Okay, so here we go. We're going to get another cube. And it's going to be the Russians. So, they want to, of course, we have, okay, possible would be Baggy here. All right. Bagarot. Move this out of the way. Okay. He's got attack orders. And then the other attack orders are all, I don't think I have any defend. Well, no, I don't have any defend. They're all hold. Defend gives you a modifier, a +2 in assaults and charges, but it costs army fatigue, while hold doesn't. So, all right, the other 3 attack orders are all over here. Okay, they're going to be the Lestok, Korf, and then Tushkov right here, which is the 5th division. And I believe what I'm going to do is I'm going to, let's turn this around and maybe we'll show it from Tushkov. What I want to do is I want to activate Tushkov so that he can move up to try to support this hill here. Okay. And what? I think it's this window back here. Let me let's see if that solved that issue. Yeah, somewhat. Let's see if I turn them the other direction. Okay, let's see what that does. Yeah, that helps some. Okay, so all right, let's back up a little bit where we can see everybody. All right, so Tushkov or Tushkov. This is 5th Division. They're going to activate, and I think it's even one of his battalions up here. Yes, and they've got 6 strength. Okay, they're in square because of the cavalry close by. Okay, and I forgot, that's not his. This is though. So I'm going to move this guy here, and this square is going to move forward where this Hussar regiment is. Okay. And I want to try to do something to get rid of this chasseurs Pavel. If we move adjacent, we're going to be charged, but of course he could only charge one group, so I would be sacrificing some units. To move adjacent. This square here could actually move to cut off his retreat there. Okay, so they're going to move to here, which actually moves into the rear of that cavalry unit. But of course, the cavalry unit can evade without being fired upon. But that would force it to wade. So either force it to attack or force it to move away. Okay, so I'm going to change the order of these guys. That guy's going to the bottom. Okay. And then these guys are going to advance right there. And now that cavalry unit, okay, so to move these guys, to move adjacent cost 1, okay, for the hex, and then 2 because they're moving it adjacent to French unit. So that cost them 3. And now this unit can decide to just hold there and wait to see if it's going to be charged and then evade, or they can evade. Okay, so cavalry units may always evade by retreating 1 hex if an enemy infantry or artillery unit is in an adjacent hex at the beginning of the simultaneous fire combat, if an enemy infantry unit moves adjacent, or if the opposing player declares a charge or an assault with an infantry unit. Okay, An invading cavalry may not end its evasion in a hex adjacent to an enemy unit, but must continue the evasion if it reaches a hex not adjacent. And it does not trigger opportunity fire. And they don't change their facing. So, they can hold there to hold any kind of further movement. So, they don't want to charge, which if they did, they'd probably get a positive result. But they would be fired on. Now, there may be some rules that you may come across that you look and say, well, you're doing them different. Well, it's due to the fact that I'm trying to use the rules, their current rules, but I didn't have I didn't have access to the new charts, and then also I think there was some rules changes. The living rules changed some, and I didn't have the newer edition, and I just recently got that. So I'm trying to apply some of that, but I was looking at an older rule set, and there was some things, I guess, in it. It wasn't the original. It was I guess it was the next one that came out. There was some different rules that I wasn't even aware of, so I never used them. And now, of course, in the most current edition, those rules don't apply. So I know one of them had to do with you didn't have to stop movement when you moved adjacent to an enemy unit, which you do. So anyways, I put a link in there where you can the most, as far as I know, the most current living rules. I put a link so that you can download those, so forth. All right, so the dilemma is whether or not this cavalry unit wants to charge these battalions in line that have moved up to challenge them. Now, if they do, they're going to get fired on from both of these units and here. So, let me get this, let's see about square. Okay. They'd get fired on here, and these units in line. But they would more than likely be able to force those units to retreat. So they're going to reaction charge. And so we're going to have combat. So let's flip this over. Reaction charge here. Of course, we're going to have defensive fire, both of these units and here. So let me use I'll use these orange, okay, to mark these units here. All right, so both of these squares have going to have a strength of 2, and this is defensive fire. So they get a +1 for defensive fire, but there's a -1 because of the snow. So were to just straight up no modifier, strength of 2, they're going to have to get an 11. Oh, I guess that's changed. I guess that was a minor change there. I think well, no. I guess that's always been the case. So, okay, so this stack here missed. They rolled an 8. This stack here, 2 1s. Okay. Now here we have the units, the battalions in line. So in line, you get a maximum of 4 strength points times 2, so that's going to be 8. And again, defensive fire plus 1, minus 1, no, plus 1, and snow minus 1, so it's at 0. They got an 8, okay, with a strength of 8. That's going to be a hit. So, I'm going to remove this and this. So now this cavalry unit is taking a hit. So from fire, I'll put that here. All right, so now we do the charge. Okay, so the strength here is going to be 4. Let's see what they got. Okay, so we've got 3 there, and then here we've got 3. So that's 5 losses. So that's a total of 6. Okay, they have a strength of 4. So 4 to 6 is going to be 1, 6. And 2. That's going to be 2 to 1. 1 to 2. Sorry, 1 to 2. Not 2 to 1. 1 to 2. So 1 to 2. Okay, so 1 to 2 is going to be plus 2. Okay. The defending unit is not elite or green, but it is Russian, so that's plus 1. So now we're at plus 3. They're under attack orders, so they don't get anything there. They're not charged through the flank or rear. Alright, we move down to the charging unit. They lost a strength point due to fire combat. So that's plus 1. So now we're at plus 4. Okay. Charging unit is not elite or green. They are charging at short distance. So now we're at plus 6. Cavalry against infantry not in line, minus 3. So now we're going to be at a plus 3. So, oh, I rolled a 12. Yay! Okay. So that's going to be actually a 15. So that means the cavalry unit takes another loss. They're tired. And they stay where they're at. And so does the Russian unit. Alright. So now we don't have to worry about this unit here charging. So these guys here, this is what kind of strength we've got. This guy's got 3 left. This guy's got 3, so they got a total of 6. So they can move 5. I think I need to pull out some. Their gun's sitting up here. I guess what I'm going to do is these guys are going to move around. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, no, he wants to go right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They go to there. This guy back here, no, he's going to stay where he's at. So, I don't know, I think I want to bring those guns up. These guns here. Have anything to shoot at. And they can fire over here. I'm gonna have a range of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See. All right. So we're gonna limber them. Of course, we can use the road, but we can't go through those guys using the road. So we're going to have to go this way. What happened here? How come these guys are all pushed back? Alright, so 2, and then this is 2.5, 3, 4, 5, going down this slope, so up there. And of course I could assault right here with all of these units, and that would force this cavalry unit back. So that's what we're going to do, and he's going to evade, so he would evade to here, and then he's got to evade here. So okay, so that's all of that. We draw another cube. Uh-oh. It's the red cube. So that means we're going to have some simultaneous fire that's going to take place. So it's at this point that you could then go through and change facing. I just wait and change facing as I go across the board. if you're playing against someone, then you may have say, well, okay, we're going to change facing prior to. That's everyone. Every unit has a chance to change their facing. So I do it just as I go across. And the French have the first activation, so they get actually the first fire. And so the first fire is actually going to be, I'll move this over here. It's going to be these two guard batteries, and they're going to fire at these lancers. So there's two there. That's a strength of 4. 1, 2, 3. Range is 3. Okay. So that's going to be times 2. So that's a strength of 8. Minus 1 for the snow. 6 becomes 5. I don't have much luck with that. Turn this like this so you can get to the smoke markers easier. They haven't had any luck whatsoever doing any kind of damage. Alright. And then up here we would have, of course, this unit would be trying to fire this square here. But of course, they're just going to evade. Okay, so we don't have that. Same thing over here. We would have, let's see, I guess they'd have to evade into the marsh there. Same thing here. They would just back up. Okay. And let's see here. Then we would have, we've got some fire right here. Okay, so we've got these units here firing on this French square. Okay, so that's going to be column. So a strength of 2 times 1 is 2. And minus 1 for the snow. They do not get the plus 1 for firing on 2 square. It's the French infantry that get that. So we got a minus 1. Ooh, I rolled an 11. Minus 1 is a 10. That's going to be nothing. So then we switch it. So we've got the square firing, the French square firing. Okay, that's strength of 2. They'd also fire. They could fire instead at the cavalry unit, but they're going to fire at the unit in column because they get a plus 1. Minus 1 for snow, so it just comes out to being no modifier. And I rolled a 12. So a 12 is a hit. Oops. So top unit takes a hit. Go to here. I'll put the smoke markers on both of these. Move this back, because then I can just scoot up on it. Alright, so he's actually got 2 targets here. I guess he's going to fire there. Oops. He's in column. Excuse me. So it's going to be -1 for the snow. Rolled a 6 becomes a 5, so no effect there. All right. We would normally be looking for a oh, we got a Russian unit right here. Of course, this horses, they could have just evaded. You know, I could have just evaded them, like so, and then he could have fired on this one, which, you know, he really can't go anywhere. So, so here we have firing on this cavalry unit. Well, this cavalry unit's just going to evade. Back up. I guess they have to stay. They could keep their same. Okay. So then we would go back to here where oh, we don't have that. We don't have that artillery unit there anymore, do we? Okay. So don't have anything going on there. So let's move around and see if we can find something else here. Someone else firing. Now they've got a limit. Their range is only 4. So this is limbered. This unit here, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. It's okay. So these can't fire. This unit, 1, 2, 3, 4. He didn't have anybody to fire at. 2, 3, 4. So they can't fire. If we look in here, we do have someone that can fire. So we've got these 2 artillery units here. All right. So these 2 can fire here where Legrand's at. He's in column. Okay, so that's going to be a strength of 4. 2 hexes away times 2 is 8, and they are in column, so that's a +2. Snow is -1, so we got a +1 with a strength of 8. We rolled 8, 9. That should be a hit. Yes. So, okay, flip this over to 6. And this guy's turned. Alright. Okay, so now this unit is going to fire here. They're in column. So, is this even helping? Alright, so we've got column here. firing against infantry in column. French infantry firing against Russian infantry in column, so that's a +1. It's going to be a -1 to the snow. So I rolled a 10. We have a strength of 2. I think I have to have at least 11. Yes. Alright, so this unit is going to fire at this unit. -1 for snow. Strength of 2. 11 -1 is 10, so that was no effect. And so now this guard unit here has a strength of 3 in line. That's going to give it a total strength of 6 against the unit in line. So that's +1, -1 for snow. Okay, 4 is not enough to do anything there. So alright, so now we have, of course, this unit here. These batteries there are going to fire at this unit here, who's in this Eylau village hex. Okay, and one of the changes is that a target in obstructed terrain is now a -2 instead of a -3. So, but with the snow, it's going to be a -3. But it is at a strength of 8, so there is a chance to get some kind of hit. Not with a 6 though. Alright, so they weren't effective. Now, I still don't think, say this unit here fires on, so this Pavlov unit here fires here at this couple of battalions with the Desjardins. Okay. When they're in obstructed terrain, the max strength that they can have is 2. So 2 times 1 is 2. You're going to have -2 for the terrain, and then -1 for the snow. That's going to be -3. You can't roll a 10. A 10 is still going to put you at what, down to 9, I think. So none of these guys are going to have any kind of effect. Alright, so let's move on to other fish to fry. So of course we have these guns. Okay, and let's see, these guys I think are in line. I did that so that they wouldn't be taking as many hits. But 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think there's 4 here. Make sure, yeah. Okay, so there's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Let's see. Range is 4, so it's going to be strength of 8. Okay, with a -1. Seven becomes 6, so nothing. Okay, these guys, same thing. 1, 2, 3. They're going to fire here. Okay, range of 3. We'll give it ×2. So they actually have a pretty good chance. So they've got 8 times 2 is 16. So with the -1 for snow, roll to 3 becomes a 2. Of course, that's not going to get a hit. Go ahead and do those guys. Let's see. Due to this terrain, I don't think they can see. They can't see here or here. Of course, they could fire there. They could fire if they turn. Fire possibly here. I think I'll just have them fire 4. They'll just fire here. Alright, so they've got a strength of 8. Range of 4 is just times 1, so it's going to be -1 for the snow. They've got a strength of 8. 4 is not going to be enough. Okay. Those guns have been pretty devastating. This one single artillery unit there. One, two, three, four. See, these guys are out of range. The only thing he could fire at, say, is if he turned. Yeah, nobody's in range for him. So we just have to move on around. Okay, I do have to go right here. Target there. So of course this unit here, strength of 2, range of 2 is going to be goes up to 4. Strength of 4 -1. 10 becomes 9. Oh, that's a hit. And this unit takes a hit. And then these 2, no, it's only 1. Okay, the other battery there, same thing. Rolled a 3, that's a miss. So both of those, one of them got a hit. They choose not to fire. Alright, so that unit's the target of these guys. Okay. Strength of 2. Firing, French infantry firing against infantry in square +1. Snow is -1, so it's just going to be straight up 0. miss. I rolled a 5. And then that square is going to fire, so they're going to fire back at these guys here in the square. So they get a -1 for the snow. They'd have to roll a 12. So both of those, no effect. Okay. Then we're going to have this battery. It's going to fire right there. Alright, so let's see here. We've got, okay, a strength of 4. Okay, range 1, 2, 3. It's going to be ×2, so that's 8. And they are in column. That's going to be a +2. -1 for the snow, so it's a +1. 1, 2, 3. So 4, that's 8 +1. So we got 8, 9. That should be a hit. Yes. So okay. This other artillery unit is going to fire 2, so 1, 2, 3. That's going to be short range ×2. Strength is 4. Target is infantry in column. That's a +2. -1 for the snow, so we got a +1. Ooh, we got an 11 +1 is 12, and a strength of 4. That's 2 hits. So now they're at 6. Alright. This guy in column will fire. So that's a French infantry unit firing against infantry in column, so that's a +1. -1 for snow, strength of 2. 7 is not enough. So, and then of course they would get to fire back. Okay, and that would be strength of 2, -1 for the snow. Gonna get a 12. Okay, so nothing going there. Now this unit here can fire here, or even could split their fire, but they're gonna go there. So strength of 2, -1 for the snow. Rolled a 9, becomes an 8, not enough. Okay, and then the French unit is going to fire on, of course I've got this unit here. I can fire on here. But of course the French unit is firing on the Russian unit, which is in column, so that's a +1. Snow is -1. 5 becomes is not enough. And then so we have this unit here attacking here. Strength of 2, -1 for snow. A 7 becomes a 6, no effect. Alright. So we put the smoke markers. So I guess these smoke markers have a 1 and a 2, so at some point I guess maybe one of the volumes, the that will be something that'll matter. Okay. Let's see if we have anyone else that I'm neglecting. Besides, I know I have these units up here, so I'm just like, you know, thinking, well, okay, so I've got this artillery unit here. Okay. And they're going to fire at these lancers 1, 2, 3 hexes away. That's going to be strength of 2 becomes a strength of 4, -1 for the snow. 9 becomes 8. It's not enough. Okay. And then the other unit it's adjacent there. This unit here. They have a strength of 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think. Yeah, they're not going to be able. You have to get a 12, and I have a -1 for snow, so we can just ignore that. And then here, this unit is going to fire. Well, this unit would step away. Same thing with this unit. They would step away. So then we just move over here to these other units here. Alright, so we've got this unit here firing here. The French unit is in square, but the firing unit is not French. So strength of 2, -1 for snow. So we got to get a 12. Got a 7. Okay, the other stack fires. Same thing. They got to get a 12. Okay, and 8's not enough. Okay, and then the square fires back. He's going to fire on this one. So here we've got a strength of 2, -1 for the snow, but +1 because the target is infantry and column, so it's 0. 7's not enough. Okay, so those guys all fired. Alright, so we have that two batteries of guns there. I didn't add over here with the heavy artillery. I didn't add their +1. Dang. I did not add their +1. Why didn't I do that? Okay, so we've got a strength of 4, range 1, 2, 3. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. These guys are on a higher. These guys are down. So okay, so a strength of 4. And I think they're in column. Yeah. So that's going to be a +2. -1 for snow. So it's just a +1. 9 becomes 10. And I said their strength is 4. I think that's enough. Yep. Okay, so that's a hit. And let's see, this unit is going to have to take a hit. So now they're at 3. Okay, and I think that should be it. Yep. Alright, so that is all of that fire combat. Of course, then what I have to do is I have to come through here and remove all of these smoke markers. Okay. So I pull back. Pull this up. And then you can watch me take all these off. Maybe I can edit this out. See what I can do to edit out the stinking just removing those smoke markers. Oops. Yeah, these heavy guns should have had a +1. I don't know if that would make any difference. I'd have to go back and look, but I should have been adding a +1 for the heavy. Alright, I'll just have a couple more here. Not really much of an impact there. So, alright, so now we will draw a new cube. And it's French. Alright, so I've got, let's see, 4th Corps, 1st and 2nd Division of 4th Corps, 2nd Dragoons, which is Grouchy, and and then of course Joseph. So let's activate Joseph over here. Alright, now I've got a couple of his units that are going to be out of command. This is going to be this unit. So here's Joseph. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this unit here is also out of command. Okay. 2, 3. This unit here is out of command. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, he is. Okay, so everyone else is in command. So either he would have to move closer to those units, or they would have to move closer to him if they were going to move. Talking about this one, and of course this one. Alright, so I think I'm going to leave this hilltop here to Lavelle and his 2nd Division. So we need to focus on attacking some of these, like these hussars here, and he's only got 2 left. This guy back here has got 4. Okay, so he's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Added 1 because he's moving adjacent to an enemy unit. Okay. And so we've got this unit could countercharge. Of course, this guy wouldn't countercharge. I don't think he's strong enough. Yeah, this guy's 6, see. So that would be more than 1 to 2. So he wouldn't be able to countercharge. He could countercharge. So I think he will. He doesn't want to be just left there to get pounded on by some other units or other cavalry regiments coming in, ganging up on him. So he is going to countercharge here. Okay, so this unit here is going to be able to fire. So he can provide defensive fire. So he has a strength of 2 because he's column. -1 for snow. He's got to get a 12. Roll to 3. Okay, no effect. All right. So now we have this unit's got a strength of 4. These chasseurs of Eylau, and these hussars have a strength of 6. So that's actually going to round up 2 to 1. Okay. They both have attack orders. Nobody's green or elite. It is a short charge, so that's +2. So 2 to 1 is -1, so it's going to be a +1. Okay. +1. Oh, becomes, let's see, an 8 becomes a 9. So course, he charged. This unit had charged, so he's done. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. We got strength of 4, a strength of 6. So what's this guy got? 6. Okay, so he's gonna go 1 and then 2, 3, and he's charging right here. Now this unit here can charge, and of course he does want to do that because he's going to have, because he's a heavy cavalry. So, turning, not that he has to turn, so we got a reaction charge here. Okay. So, we've got 6. And this guy's not going to get to do any kind of defensive fire because this unit is the attacker. So we've got 6 here. Okay, over here we've got 7. So it's 1 to 1. Okay, 1 to 1. Nobody's elite. Nobody has, they both have attack orders. There's only 2 units involved. Okay, it's a short charge, so that's +2. Heavy against other cavalry, -2. So it's just straight up. On a roll of 3. Alright, so this unit here is going to lose because he's considered the defender. So he loses a step and has to retreat half of his movement, which is going to be half is going to be 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he turns over. So he was here, 1, 2, 3, 4. He flips over. This unit here moves up, and he flips over. Okay. Alright, and then now this unit here has only got 2. Well, now these guys are now ganging up on this guy. He's got 4. This guy can't do anything. So we can go 1, 2. Okay, 3. This guy can go down slope. 1, hex 2, and then adjacent 3. Okay. This guy here can't reaction charge. He's already charged. So this guy here can join in this attack here. So he goes to there, and Desjardins is going to come back and over to here. Okay. And let's see. So I'm going to gang up on those cuirassiers. So, okay, and this is not a short charge. This unit here, he could go against these dragoons. It's a short charge though, and he could possibly have this unit countercharge. Of course he has to roll. So I think I'll just hold. He'll just hold there. So I won't actually move this one. Now this one here I do want to move, so let me pull back. Okay, so this unit here was out of command. I can move him so that he gets into command. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's moved over into command. Okay, this unit here I'm not going to move. Alright, so now we've got these 3 stacks, these 3 regiments attacking these cuirassiers. Okay, cuirassiers have a strength of 7. Okay, these hussars have 2. These are hussars have 2, so that's 4. And then here we get 4 more, so that's 8. So we are going to be at 1 to 1. Okay. The unit is Russian, so that's a +1. Charge from more than 1 hex, -1, so we're at 0. Okay, it's not in his flank or his rear actually. So there we are. We're just straight up. Ooh, an 8. All right, that means the attacker and defender both take a loss, and everybody stays where they're at. Of course, everybody is now flipped over. So I'm going to take the loss here. All these units are tired now. Oops. And these guys have to take a loss. All right. Draw another cube. Oh, it's the other fire cube. How about that? Alright. Alright, so let's go back over here. And start with these guns again. And they're going to fire. This is actually closer. So 2, let's see, it's going to be the same. It's not going to really matter. 2 to 3 X's is times 2. So we'll go back here. Alright, so we've got a strength of 4. Okay. Times 2 is 8. Minus 1 for the snow. Ooh. Rolled an 11. Minus 1 becomes a 10. Under 8, it's a hit. So this unit here takes a hit. Okay. Alright. Now we're looking for more. Alright, so we've got first we've got this column firing on the square here. Strength of 2, minus 1 for the snow. An 8's not enough. Okay. And then the square fires back. Minus 1 for snow. French firing against infantry and column is a plus 1, so it's a 0. 6 is not enough. Okay. Let's see. We've got this column can fire at this regiment of hussars. And they really can't evade. So they just have to take it. It's going to be a minus 1 for snow. Got to get a 12. Got an 11. That's not enough. Strength of 2. Nope. All right. Now let's look across here and see what else we've got. All right. Nothing over there. Let's see what we got back here. Doesn't look like we're going to have that much right here yet. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so we've got these guns here. They can fire here. That's going to be, I think there's 4 strength here. Yeah. Strength of 4. These here, 1, 2, 3, 4. They don't. Nobody's in range. 1, 2, 3, 4. Their own unit. Okay. So we got a strength of 4. Range is only 2. So that's times 2. So we're at 8. Those artillery are light, so they don't get the modifier for that. But the target's in column, so that's +2, -1 for snow, so it's a +1. And 8, 9 should be a hit. Yeah. So now whether it's 7. Okay. Alright, so they get to fire this unit. Strength of 2. French infantry firing on infantry in column is +1. Snow is -1. So we're just at 0 modifier. 9's not enough. I have to have a 11 or 12. Okay. Now this guard unit, Italian, in line, strength of 3 times 2 is 6. +1, -1. That's a 10 with 6. So that ought to be a hit. Yes, it is. Okay. So she's taking 4. Alright, so then we switch it. And he's going to fire, doesn't really matter, he's going to fire at Legrand. Okay. It's going to be a -1 for snow. Got to get a 12, rolled a 10, that's not enough. Okay, so everybody there fired. Alright, so this artillery here, there's strength of 4 here, range of 2, that's going to be 8, but there's going to be a -2 for target and obstructed terrain, plus, then you have the -1 for snow, so it's a -3, you got to pretty much get a 12. That's a 5, so nothing. And then all this firing between those units here is for naught. I'm not going to roll for that. Alright, so then okay. And so now we go to these heavy guns. They're going to fire here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's a strength of 8 here. They get +1 for being heavy. -1 for snow, so we're at 0. Target is infantry in line. So we have a strength of 8. 8. It's a hit. So we got a hit here. Alright. Alright, then here, same thing, strength of 8. 1, 2, 3, right there, that actually puts him at 16, because it's times 2. So, +1 for heavy, -1 for snow. 8, 16. It's 2 hits. This guy's close to being taken out. Okay. Move to that one. He didn't have anybody to fire at. This guy. 1, 2, 3, 4. He'll fire here. 4. This guy's in line as well. So it's 8 +1 for heavy, -1 for snow. So it's just straight up 8. Rolled an 8. It's a hit. So that's a hit. Okay. Alright, I don't have anybody over here really to fire with. Of course, we've got this that artillery there firing on those dragoons. Now these dragoons, because they're adjacent to here, I guess they could like move. They're still going to be in range of this one, but not this guy now. So 1, 2, 3. That's still going to be ×2, so that's a strength of 4. Oh, no, they're light. So -1. 5 -1 is 4, so no effect. No effect this time. Then this other artillery unit, this unit here is blocking. So then we can move in here amongst some of these other guys. So we've got this column here firing on this infantry in square, +1, -1 for snow. Got to get up basically, well, 11 will do. So that's a hit. First hit for that unit. Square fires back. Just gonna have to get a 12. Nope. Okay. Okay. So there we have, well, should be the other way around. So this column, firing at this column, +1, -1, gotta get 11 or 12. Got a 7, that's not enough. And then of course they fired the Russian Grenadiers fires back. Got a 10, -1 is 9, no effect. Okay, and then this unit fires here. Same thing, they've got to get a 12. 6 is not enough. And then this unit here fires there. So +1, -1. I get a 9. That's not enough. And then this unit is target of this unit. Gotta get a 12. Nope. This unit here, oops, it's going to be the target of those guns right there. And of course, I can put smoke markers on all of these guys. Those guns there. All right. So the range is 3. Go over to the top here. Range is 3. Let's see if I can get that close. Alright, so they're in column. Okay. Range is 3, strength is 4. There's 2 batteries there. So it's actually going to be a strength of 8. Column +2 for artillery, -1 for snow, so it's going to be a +1. 10 becomes an 11. What did I say? 8. So an 11 is going to be 2 hits. So, oops. Two hits. Oh, I think still only got 1 left. 2 hits. Okay, then this. Now that artillery fires, same thing. Range is 3 times 2, strength is 2, so that's 4. Target is in column, +2. Snow -1, I get a +1. So that's 7, +1 is 8, and I said his strength is 4. So, no, needed a 9. So, okay. Alright, so now we have this battery here firing here, and it's just the one lone battery. Range is 3, so it's going to be a strength of 4 -1 due to the snow. 7 -1 is 6. It's not enough. Okay. And then of course the other battery who does the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got a strength of 1. -1. I don't think they can. Yeah, they're not going to be effective. So let's move on around. To these other guys. Alright, so we've got these guys here firing against this square. They've got to have strength of 2. It's going to be -1 for the snow. They got to roll a 12. Nope, roll a 5. And then the other one, also same thing. Nope. Okay, and then the square can fire back, and so they're just going to fire here at this, the lone battalion. They get a +1 for French firing against infantry and column, -1 for snow. So 6 is not enough. Okay, so they've all fired. Okay, so now we have these guns, batteries, there's 2 of them, okay. Alright, there's going to be a range of 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's going to just be a strength of 4. They are in column. That's +2, -1 for snow. 8 +1 is 9. That's a hit. Alright, so so they fired, and then we're going to have the fire between this unit and this unit. The Russian unit has to get a 12. Nope, he rolled a 4. Okay, the French unit, strength of 2 because they're in column, firing at a infantry unit in column is +1, -1 for snow. 3 is nothing. Okay, so again, not a lot happening in the simultaneous fire combat. So now what I have to do is I have to go back and remove all of these fire markers, smoke markers, and so we've had, looking over here, we've had 1 Russian activation, 2 French activations, and the 2 fire cubes. And I'm going to stop right here with this video. We'll pick up with the continuation of the 6 o'clock turn. The last turn, of course, the line of sight is going to be reduced. It may be 3 hexes. We'll have to go back and look, but it is going to be reduced. Let's take a quick look here. Where did I see that at? Maybe it's under the special rules or something. did I root it at? Somewhere. Maybe it's in the updated one, scenario booklet. So again, things are going to come down to probably just a few army fatigue cubes. The difference. I don't know that I see anyone really doing much besides maybe Nay, if he can get in behind the stock over here. If that can happen, and if Lavelle here, who's under Salt, can take the Windmill Hill, that would shift. Be basically a shift of like almost like 10 fatigue points. Russians lose 5, French gain 5. So that those 5 cubes would allow them to possibly add a couple of attacks on the final turn, final hour. To be used somewhere where they could possibly gain maybe something somewhere. I don't know where they actually have anything that they can push in to do anything with, though. Maybe they could try to capture some units or do something of that nature, but I don't see much of that really changing much. Maybe, like I said, maybe the Windmill Hill. Maybe if Ney's 6th Corps can come down and do some damage to the stock, they could have possibly moved to surround Markov. Markov. Maybe taking Shamatin over there. That's worth 5. This one's worth 10. You can get up in there, but it would take infantry. You'd have to try to march over there, which of course the Russians don't really have anything that they could stop. That right there would probably could end it right there. Well, that's that's worth 10. You know, so, but they're just not in the position to do that, to get over there. They'd have to be in a strategic move to be able to get over there. So, especially with this marsh in the way. Alright, so come on back. This was video 40. We just kind of get started, but I need a little break. Like I said, I'm recovering from that COVID stuff. So, but come on back. I appreciate your support. Love to have some discussions about the living rules. Some things maybe you've seen during my play that you had questions about, or you want to maybe discuss rule-wise. I'm trying to follow the rules as written. I know the the square, infantry versus square, is just something that I would like to have a discussion about. But if you don't make it a big deal, and just instead of trying to assault them, just get close enough that and get turnover to line and kind of box them in, and when they try to escape or change formation, so forth, and you can do opportunity fire out of line, and you can get some straight point losses. Might be something else you want to discuss. But like I said, I appreciate your support. Come on back, see what happens. We've only got this turn and next turn left, and we have very few attack orders. So, and it's mainly all going to be on this. I guess it's, what is it? The western side of the map. Over here, kind of north of Eylau. All this right here is where it's mainly going to be the fighting going on, right over in here. So, besides Baggy here in the center, I'm going to try to do something. So, all right, I'll see you in the next video.